The Abuja-Kaduna highway remains a critical corridor, with the federal government making its reconstruction one of the priority projects, so it does to making the highway safe for travelers too. As the Yuletide sets in, travelers expect reassuring security structures to boost their confidence. We have a security analyst to discuss that, but before then, the news making the rounds. Don't go away. Another important milestone has been recorded in boosting power supply in the country as Minister of Power Salim Mamman inaugurates the completed 132 kVA Gagara substation in Jigawa State. Muhammad Musa Askari reports that residents of the benefiting communities express optimism that the substation will boost socio-economic activities as it opens a new vista of opportunities in the area. Let's hear from him.
The commissioning of the 13233 kV transmission substation is expected to increase the capacity of the nation's power transmission and, most importantly, increase the bulk power supply in Jigawa State and beyond. Electricity consumers within Gagarawa, Taura, Gumel, Ringim and Miga local government areas would, by commissioning of this project, enjoy more stable power supply and further boost the capacity of small-scale business entrepreneurs in the areas and the state at large. Minister of Power Salim Mamman and Governor Muhammadu Badru Abubakar say the commissioning of the 13233 kV transmission substation will make objectives of Jigawa State industrialization drive realizable.
And we have agreed with Manufacturers Association of Kano. About 20 factories are coming to this area. And this is because of this project.
This project is designed to upgrade power supply in industrial fields and areas in order to promote economic activities.
Residents in the benefiting communities are optimistic that the transmission substation will turn around the economic fortune of the communities for the better. NTA News recalls that Gagarawa substation contract awarded in 2012 was abundant due to paucity of funds, but the Buhari administration revived the project and is now a reality to the appreciation of people and governments of Jigawa State.
Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News. Muhammad Musa Askira.
Muhammad Musa Askari there. The federal government has rolled out intervention program towards boosting food production during dry season farming activities. The initiative is also to cushion the effective losses recorded as a result of flood during the year. Musa Babaliu reports.
Described the 2020 rainy season as a promising one, as the rains came early, as predicted by the Nigeria Meteorological Agency. Farmers took advantage of it and planted crops in good time. The cropping season was, however, disrupted by flood that submerged and washed away farms and produce that were ready for harvest.
What Kebbi State has lost in terms of crops could run into billions of naira. Federal government should not be left alone to provide agri inputs to the farmers. It is the sole responsibility of the state government. After all, agriculture is on the concurrent legislative list.
The federal government is therefore supporting farmers with improved seeds of rice, wheat, groundnut, cowpea and soybeans for the dry season farming. Equipment for irrigation and chemicals were also provided to farmers in Kebbi and Jigawa states.
The issue of food security is fundamental to this administration, and they will do all what we can do to ensure the food security.
This group of women, including Zulay Hatu, who is 7 months pregnant, are among the beneficiaries of the federal government's gesture, having lost between 2 to 5 hectares of rice to flooding in Jigawa State. I'm not discouraged, even when the flood destroyed my farm, and this support will make me produce more during the dry season, she says. All the seeds given to them are expected to mature between 90 to 120 days after planting. From Awuyo, Jigawa State, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Aminu Bello Masari of Katsina State has flagged off the distribution of COVID-19 palliatives donated to the state by individuals and organizations. More than 12,000 households are benefiting from the relief materials. Awul Haliru has details of that report.
COVID-19 pandemic witnessed an unprecedented solidarity and cooperation between private sector and government at federal and state level to provide a concerted effort of addressing negative effects of the pandemic. The Victims Support Fund of the Foundation donated more than 11,000 assorted food items, personal protective equipment, and essential hygiene products to Katsina State government.
The assistance will cushion the effects of our present situation.
Governor Aminu Bello Masari explained that the donation would complement the commitment of the state government to addressing the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on socio-economic life of the people.
The state government has taken proactive measures which have yielded the required result of curtailing the spread of the pandemic and the activities of bandits that have developed in the state and other parts of those Western regions.
The leader of the Victim Support Fund, Toyesin Okerele Ogunsiji, said the foundation embarked in rebuilding government broken infrastructures and women empowerment programs since the beginning of the pandemic.
We were giving 4,422 bags each of rice, beans, and maize, and then 4,422 gallons of 4-liter vegetable oil and salt.
The chairman of the State Task Force on COVID-19, Deputy Governor Maniri Yakubu, stated that implementation committee has been constituted to undertake the distribution of the relief items. Awal Haliru, NTA News.
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, on Saturday, 28 November 2020, confirmed 110 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. The 110 new cases were reported in 10 states and FCT, with Lagos having the highest figure of 26 new cases, followed by the FCT with 23 new cases. Kaduna recorded 20 new cases, Katsina 11, Ogun 7, Ekiti 6, while Plateau State recorded 5 new cases. 4 new cases have been recorded in Rivers, with Kano and Nasarawa states having 3 new cases each, while Niger has 2 new cases. As at 28 November 2020, Nigeria has a total of 67,330 confirmed cases, with 62,819 patients discharged and 1,771 deaths recorded. No fewer than 200 rural women in Ondo State have received a one-off special grant of 20,000 naira each, initiated by the federal government to assist the poor and the vulnerable in the country. Let's join Olubukola Aduo for details of the report.
In Ondo State, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, said the grant was introduced to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty by 2030. She explained that the package is expected to support the financial needs of the beneficiaries in order to increase their income and subsequently strengthen economic activities across the country.
Our message to the women is to utilize this money efficiently and effectively by way of investing it into small businesses so that they can have good returns and they'll be able to fend for themselves and members of their families.
Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, while expressing gratitude to the federal government for the relief package, said the grant would contribute largely to poverty alleviation.
The state cannot thank you enough for your sustained interest of our women, in the welfare of our children, in the welfare of other vulnerable members of society. You are doing well.
The grant, according to the minister, will go around the 777 local government councils in Nigeria. In Akure, Olubukola Aduo, NTA News.
Still watching Panorama from Kaduna Network Center. We'll take a breather. We'll be back soon. Don't go away.
The Counsel of Our Fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous, whether you do it for fun or for political gains. Real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online, or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rate.
For being there. Let's talk safety matters now. Federal Road Safety Corps Kaduna State Command recorded about 600 cases of accidents in the state this year. This is 10% less than what was recorded in 1999. Corps Commander Hafiz Muhammad stated this at the formal flag-off of Ember Month campaign in Kaduna. Let's link up with Ahmad Muhammad Usman, who will bring us details of that report. Ahmad.
Ember months come with increase in rate of road crashes due to the attendant rise in socio-economic activities during the period, which led to heavy traffic flow on roads. The sector commander, Corps Commander Hafiz Mohammed, called on road users, especially commercial drivers, to strictly comply with road traffic regulations and avoid overloading, overspeeding, while observing COVID-19 safety protocols regarding sanitation and use of face masks.
It is necessary to make plans, part of which is to sensitize people on the need to be careful, on the need to abide by certain do's and don'ts. What do you need to do to ensure that road traffic accidents or crashes are minimized?
The NURTW, as a critical stakeholder, we organize seminars and workshops whereby we sensitize our members on the need to always observe, respect, and preserve road traffic regulations on our highways.
To the drivers, there are little substances people used to take that they call it ajigaro, kurkura, and other things. Please, when driving, avoid those things.
The theme for this year's Ember Month campaign, Drive Safe, Stay Safe, was deliberately designed to draw the attention of road users on the need to comply with the traffic rules and regulations while driving in order to stay safe. Ahmad Muhammad Usman, NTA News.
We'd like to correct that the record presented between 2019 and 2020, not 1999. Moving on now, the Yola Tide usually attracts a high number of travelers on the roads, and the Abuja-Kaduna highway is no exception. To ensure the security of travelers on the highway, new strategies have been adopted, including establishment of checkpoint strategically. Let's link up to Haruna Mohammed, who was on the highway some days back and brings us this report. Haruna.
It has been months that the Abuja-Kaduna highway recorded criminal incidents until the recent unfortunate incidents involving some students of ABU Zaria and some travelers. Since then, the security architecture within the corridor have been reinforced and new strategies employed. The Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs led a team of security operatives to implement the new strategies.
between Akilibu and Gidambusa under Kachia local government area is one of the major flashpoints for kidnapping.
I want to assure Nigerians, especially those that are applying this road, that the military, the police and Kaduna State government are working assiduously. We have calibrated, as you can see, and we will see more around, contrary to the information that security agencies have abandoned the road. It is not true. We are committed to this.
Now that these measures are put in place, it is expected that the end of the year traffic will be safer and better secured on the highway. Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Thank you, Haruna Mohammed, there on the Abuja-Kaduna Highway, and I have with me in the studio retired Brigadier General Muhammad. Thanks for coming to our studio this afternoon. We would like you, first of all, before we talk about what we have seen in that report, kind of an assessment of the general security situation. What is your assessment?
Well, thank you so much. I think our real problem about these security threats we are having is the mindset that government is not doing anything, or the security challenges are far bigger than that. But you see, I think a script has been written and it is being played out in terms of the security situation in the country. Okay. And luckily, those who wrote the script, they have probably enough resources, and at the same time, we the citizens are gullible to just take anything hook, line, and sinker. I'm not going to be sorry for what I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell people that I'm always very cautious about what I do, because it is my life that is important. And you cannot kill me by creating a scenario that is not what it is, which I believe that is what is going on. Now, let's ask ourselves some questions. Number one, we are talking about, let's say, the Northwest in particular, which Kaduna Zaria is part of. Let's talk about the people who are supposed to be doing this kidnapping. They use automatic weapons. Those automatic weapons are never being produced in Nigeria, nor are they just there in the market to pick by anybody. Mm-hmm. They are bought by somebody. And now you buy an AK-47 rifle. How much does it cost? I know a long time ago it cost nothing less than 350,000 to buy it from an illegal source. Now, if somebody buys an AK-47 rifle, he has a reason for buying it. He wants to achieve something. Now, when he goes into criminality with it, it means he wants to make money out of the use of that thing. Invested, yes. Good, far more than what I have invested. Now we have a situation whereby you see people with rifles and they go to areas of people. Like if you take Kaduna, they go to villages under local governments, or even inside Kaduna town. They go to Rigasa, they go to Barakallahu, they go to to take they are looking for, they now go and pick people in those areas. These are areas that there are two major problems with crimes in those areas. Number one, these are areas with large communities, large human beings. In an area you have maybe 100 meters, you will have families, 10, 20 families living within that place. Which means if you go there to commit this crime, you are exposing yourself more to being caught, to not succeeding. Okay. Secondly, these are areas that the people who live in these areas do not have what you really want to use your rifle to kidnap them to get. These are people that in the whole community, if you sit down with all of them, they cannot bring out 500,000. And in other places, in other climes, they go to villages under wards in local government and start spreading firing all over the place just to kill people and go. Now the first question is, why is it that people who can have this, who can go to GRAs in different states of the nation, where people at every time tea, you find people 2, 3, 4, 5 people in their houses, they have nothing less than 1 million, 10 million naira in their houses. And they live isolated, that you can even go into somebody's house and operate, and his neighbors don't know what you are doing inside these places. So unless we start asking ourselves, for what reason are we really having these security challenges? Are they really?
I need to stop you there because we have very
limited time.
Let's just take a look at again the Abuja-Kaduna highway.
Yes.
Passengers, what role should they play as it is?
It's not only passengers. You see, sincerely in having solutions to security challenges, there are two parties to it.
Okay.
The government, which has agencies that are supposed to stop crimes and deal with them where they occur. Then the society, where the citizens need to be observant of their society and be able to support the security agencies with information and other things. Unless if me and you are sitting down in this studio, if we decide that after this program we are going to somebody's house to attack him or anything, how do you expect the security agencies to know if the cameraman does not call and say, look, this is what I had from my colleague? So
it's all a matter of information.
So the question is, yes, like you are saying, I expect that during this yearitude, it's not only the security agencies having all those structures on the ground that can stop, but the citizens themselves must be able to be observant and making sure that they tell the security agencies and whoever is responsible that now if 10 of you are inside the bus,
able to observe,
yes, if 10 of you are inside, you are going to travel.
Yes.
At least 9 of you don't have anything in your mind. You must keep in mind that whoever attacks in this vehicle, you are more than him in number, and you can be able to. Yes, we must sacrifice sometimes.
I would just say thank you very much for coming to say
you
don't have time.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Moving on now, in continuation, the Kaduna State Urban Renewal Project contractors have mobilized to site in Kafanchan Jama local government area. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports that the state governor, Nasir Ahmed Arufai, who was represented, flagged off the more than 12 billion naira Kafanchan Urban Renewal Project with a completion period of about 15 months.
Bulldozers rolled out, pulling down trees and demolishing marked structures. The community's decade-old asphalt not spared. It has to give way for the construction of modern roads. Kazana Road, Zaria Road, including this 5-kilometer road leading to the Emir's Palace, have been marked for construction. Construction experts, supervisors, including the representative of the state governor, inspected the alignment and houses marked for little adjustments.
The contractors have mobilized to site with brand new machines. This is a sign of seriousness, and we expect that the standard of Kafanchan urban renewal is same with that of Kaduna, with all the structures, road pavement of sub-base, stone base, binder course, wearing course, and also reinforce concrete drains with walkway and provision of solar street lights and road markings.
Kafanchan is one of the oldest and largest communities in southern Kaduna, and the residents believe the urban renewal project will enhance their socio-economic lives. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
And now sport. Nigeria's representative in the CAF Confederation Cup, Rivers United, have lost their match against Futura Kings of Equatorial Guinea 1-2 in the preliminary rounds of match of the championship. For more sports updates, let's join Olumide Oguntola.